What's up, folks? Hey, sorry again for the delay in videos. I was doing pretty good there for a while. But honestly, we've had some crappy weather for the past couple weeks, and I've just been super busy around the house, honestly. So I've been out of work for quite some time, pretty much since I hurt myself, and then this whole virus thing kind of took off, so put a huge damper on work. But yeah, I've been super busy around the house. Videos past, we talked about pruning all the fruit trees, stuff like that. I've done a bunch of yard maintenance, etc. So I've given updates on the greenhouse, things that I was going to plant and all that type of thing. So just a few days ago, it was actually snowing to beat the band first thing in the morning, and then the sun had broke out and it kind of settled down. So I rented a tiller to till in my main garden area that I'm planning on putting in, and then I opted to till in another area kind of in my front yard where I'm going to put all my corn. So went to film that. I had my tripod camera up in the back of my pickup truck, aimed at the plot, so I flipped the screen out. I think I hit the record button. I may have done it twice real quick because I had like a 1 second clip when I went to play it back. So totally missed the whole tilling process. But I have a couple clips from that I'll throw in here, and then I'll kind of show you what's going on in the house and discuss what I have going between that and the greenhouse. Well, crazy weather today, folks. It was snowing to beat the band this morning. There's a couple more flakes. Sun's out. It's cloudy same time. Windy as all get out, so I'm going to cut the talking short. So I have my garden behind me. Today's tilling time. So I'm going to get this tilled up, and then I have another spot where I'm actually going to plant my corn, just because I don't want to take up so much space in the garden. So my garden ended up being, all said and done, 36 feet by 36 feet. So we're going to get this rabbit manure, compost, whatever you want to call it, and the refuse from the rabbits. We get all that tilled in one time at least. I'm going to go till the spot where my corn's going to go, and then we'll see what that looks like and what time it is. So I'm renting a tiller because I don't have one, and then maybe I'll get a second pass at it today. If not, we'll do that another day. But yeah, I got plenty of plants started inside, even more than the last video that I shot about this. So they're all coming up nice. Itching to get it in the ground, but again, rule of thumb around here is typically Memorial Day, so I may have been a little overzealous there, but it is what it is. Stuff in the greenhouse is still doing good. I moved one of the trays from in there back in the house. I got a couple heat mats going. So yeah, let's get this tilled in. Well, I'm a dope. Flip the camera out, never hit record. So, and I just went to town. Like I said, it's windy. I was going to cover the video up with music and just do it in like a fast speed, but yeah, didn't hit record. It happens. So that's actually tilled in twice. So I went lengthwise, well, one way and then the other way. So let that sit for about a week or so, maybe two, and then before I plant, I'm gonna till it again. So this is a first time garden here. Still got some debris in there, but that tiller, that thing's a beast. Broke up most of the root stuff in there from where, raspberries and stuff like that. But the soil's actually good. This is where they used to keep their pigs, the people before me, but that was, I don't even know how long ago. I've been here 7 years. The house was vacant for 2, so all of 10 years anyway. But yeah, good soil. I got rabbit manure, like I said, all spread over that. So I tilled what was there in. Again, just give it a week or two, till it back in before I plant it. But pretty happy with that. Look at that beast. Golly. So I know this is out of the norm for a lot of people, most people actually, on starting seeds at a certain time, and whether direct sowing seeds in the garden or starting them in trees. Because I have a super short growing season up here, this is more experimental for me, because in the years past, like I said, I'm no expert. I'm not a gardener by any means. Though I've again, worked on my uncle's farms when I was little, and I've grown some things in raised beds, but typically that was store-bought plants, you know, tomatoes, peppers. I think probably the only thing I've ever direct sowed was squash, but that's it. So I've never really done the whole seed thing, if I'm honest. But this is what I got going, still in the windowsills, which again is probably out of the ordinary for most of you, but we'll see how it goes. So there I planted 68 corn seeds, and I think 62 of them come up. So I mean, they look great. I don't know how that's gonna go when I go to transplant them, but we'll just see. But they look good. I'm gonna till the garden areas back in about a week. I'm thinking 2 weeks at this point. Still might be pushing it a little bit, but I think I'm going to go for it here in a couple weeks. I have plenty of corn seeds to where I can just direct sow more if I need to. And then 4 cells up in the front there. I just got some beets going. They're small seeds, so I threw a few in each. So I don't know, there's probably a dozen there anyways that I'd have to thin out. Potentially. I'm not a big fan of beets anyway, but just growing them, I'll try them out. So here another one that people typically just direct sow. These are bush beans, and they're doing really good as well. So I think I ended up, so I got 13, 14, 15, 16. So 16 pots. I started them in trays too, and then I stepped them up to these 3-inch pots. Planted 16 again, and I got, I think, 3 that didn't germinate too well. One of them looks like it might still be coming up, but so all bush beans over here. I have, it's just 3 more bush beans up here in the front. I have butternut squash. I have 6 of those, I believe. I have some acorn squash, buttercup squash, a couple zucchinis, and 3 pickling cucumber plants. It's those up there in the front, the smaller ones. But yeah, again, we'll see how that goes when it comes to transplanting them outside. So after I had stepped these up into the bigger pots, because they were just getting too big for the seed trays, obviously, like even that corn is out of control. Let's see if I can show you this. It's kind of nuts. So if you look at the bottom of the tray, the roots on these things, especially the tap roots, are just out of control in there. I don't know if you can see that, but I sure can. They're just all up below there. So yeah, so once I stepped all that up, I ended up going to get an LED light for the smaller stuff. So let's look at that. So yeah, just a makeshift little shelf here, a couple Home Depot buckets, piece of 3/4 plywood. Still got the 2 trays. All that other stuff was started in here, but I potted them up. Some scrap 2x6 blocks to raise the light, to put them right on top of the plants there, and this has been working out amazing. Like, these plants look awesome now. In the window they were getting super leggy, so it was just growing up tall trying to get to the light, which is not good. But as soon as I've added this, I keep this on 24 hours a day. Their color has changed. They're starting to thicken up, and they're not having to grow up towards that light. So let me cut this out, and I'll try to give you a close-up of what I got going on in here. Actually leave that light on because it's kind of dark in here. But so I have a few collard plants over here in the corner. Half a dozen of those anyways. Actually 2 more little ones coming up there. They're lacking behind, but I have 3 different types of lettuce going on here. There's 1 variety, 2 in the back, and then a 3rd one that's like a lighter lettuce there. And a bunch of different tomato plants. Let's see if I can get this so you can see all the fuzzy stems, I hope. so that didn't happen until I put this light here. And then all your new leaves coming in. So the seed leaves, when they first sprout, they're still on the plant, but they got all the new leaves, lots of purple in this variety here. So I got 3 different varieties of tomatoes there. I have a whole row, so 12 cells, but some of them, this one has 4 in it. The one next to it has 3. I don't know, so I have at least 20 kale plants going there. The next rows is all peppers. That's, again, I planted 12 cells. Now peppers are pretty finicky when it comes to germination anyways, so it takes them a lot longer to germinate. But I didn't have 100% on those, but I got what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 just bell peppers there. The next tray, this one looks really empty because that's where most of them bush beans and squash were. I got 3 more tomato varieties in the back there. I think one of them's a cherry. So 3 cells of 3 different varieties. I have some peppers here that didn't germinate at all. Those were Hungarian hots. And usually the hotter the pepper, the longer it takes to germinate. At least from what I've been told. So the next I have 2 more peppers there. Those are poblanos. A couple cauliflower plants. 3 okra, which I never ate okra in my life. I think it's more of a southern thing. Until recently I had some pickled okra and they were pretty amazing. And then here in the back, just 4 cells. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 marigold plants. So just doing some flowers. Some of them work in a way to keep some pests out of the garden area, and then obviously some of them attract your bees, your pollinators, for some of the things you need that for, like squash, your watermelons, things like that. But yeah, all these plants are looking absolutely awesome again since I added that light. So yeah, nothing special, just figured I'd shoot this short video, try to add that clip in there, like I said about the tilling. Even that day I was tilling, like I said, it snowed in the morning to beat the band. Sun came up and then I went to till the second spot, which actually got cut off on film too. The sun was out and it was snowing at the same time. So pretty crazy up here in the Northeast. But yeah, everything's looking good. Again, I got a ton more seeds. Some things I'm going to direct sow some more as well. But I'm hoping, this week is supposed to warm up pretty good. Today it's raining to beat the band, so I can't get out there. I was out there yesterday. I raked up the front plot just to get some more rocks and root debris out of that or whatever. But yeah, looking good. Pretty excited, man. I can't wait to get this stuff in the ground. I got some ideas for the garden to hopefully try to make it look nice. I don't want to just throw things in the ground just to grow food. I mean, that's really the point, but I'd like it to at least look nice, So the only thing I do have planted outside, actually, in the tires, and a couple people gave me the devil for that, because they don't like how it looks, and nor would I typically. But the people that lived here just had trash on the property. There was tires in 2 or 3 different spots, and they're just out there on my property, which sucks. But figure you repurpose those. So every other tire in the corners of the garden, I'm doing potatoes, and then every other one in between them, I'm gonna have some type of flower mix. So the squash will be in that area too. So again, hopefully get those pollinators, those bees working on the flowers, so you get a good crop of squash. But hopefully that's going to make it look nice. And I have a couple other things I want to do aesthetically, and when the time comes, I'll share that then. So again, sorry for the hiatus. Again, these past couple weeks I've been super busy. I'm just not filming everything. Doesn't seem like You know, my channel isn't really a garden channel, so it makes sense, but not a lot of people watch that type of video on my channel anyway, so I was just trying to knock it out, get it done. But I'll throw updates out there as I go, because I like it, if nothing else, for me to look back at and see what I did. So hope you guys enjoyed that, got something out of it. If you haven't already, start growing your own food to some degree. I've said that in the past, before all this, you know, nonsense that's going on in the world. I actually started before that happened too. So whatever. Hope you guys are all safe. Again, thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one. God bless.